Hello guys and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be looking at a very much hyped product in the form of Bring the Chaos by Chaos Crew, our friends over in Ireland, and they've never let us down with any of their pre-workouts in the past. We've always loved them. In fact, their products on the whole are brilliant, so do go on and check them out. But how will this one fare, which I believe is their third version of this pre-workout, if I'm not mistaken. I think on the website it does say V2, but I'm sure we've reviewed 2 other versions of this. But anyhow, how will it fare as we cover the taste, price, label and effects? Is it going to be worth picking up? And if you're new here, please do hit the subscribe button, tick the bell icon, give the video a like and drop down your thoughts below on this product and anything else you want to see us review. Okay, let's talk tasty time. So we have strawberry orange sherbet. Do like a bit of sherbet, so let's see. So mixability, stirred it about 1 minute ago. There are some bits settled at the bottom, but no worse than normal really. You know, it'll sort of go as you swivel it around and drink it in our experience. But let's see how it tastes. Yeah, it's definitely unique. Definitely getting the hints of the strawberry and the orange there with the sherbet vibe. Yeah, that's accurate. I like it. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's not the best we've had, but it's definitely not bad. One more sip and then I'll give you a score. There's no nastiness to it. There's no chemical undertones or anything gruesome. So I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think they've done well there. So, boom, they brought the flavour. So if you want to pick up this pre-workout based on what we say today, you can head over to bringthechaos.com where you can use our discount code RB15. We'll knock off 15% of this pre-workout, bringing the price down to £29.74p or £1.19 per the serving. And when you whack that on our consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are from across the globe, it comes in at a 6.5 out of 10, so definitely priced better than your average pre-workout. And we do also like the fact it's a genuine 25 serving tub. So, you know, when we get into label and the effects, it's going to last you a long time depending on how often you want to take these pre-workouts. But I don't want to spoil anything, let's move into it. Right, let's get through this label then. So, is it going to earn its right to be calling itself Bring the Chaos Extreme Pre-Workout as we get into it? So, if you do a very slightly rounded scoop, you'll achieve that 13 gram serving amount, which we look for. Accuracy on point for the most part, so we'll take that. Then we move into composition information, aka supplement facts, where we have L-citrulline, an amino acid at 4 grams. A decent dose. I know a lot of you like to see 6 grams or over, but the truth of the matter is 4 grams is still clinical, it's still going to work. It's still going to bump up your nitric oxide levels in your bloodstream, leading to increased blood flow, vascularity, pump. We like it. Staple pump ingredient, tick. Then we've got beta-alanine, 3.2 grams, again, clinical amount we look for. That's another amino acid. It's going to give you that itchy, tingly sensation when it kicks in, but it also will help with endurance when it builds up in your system and buffers lactic acid. Then we move down to caffeine anhydrous, which is 300 milligrams, equivalent to 3 strong cups of coffee. It's going to kick in relatively quick, and it's going to wake you up, get you moving. It's the main stimulant in any pre-workout, and 300 milligrams is around about the average dose that we see these days. Then we've got N-Extra, registered ingredient, 300 milligrams, very nice dose. That's seen as the stabilizer / amplifier to caffeine and other stimulants, in that it's going to help to increase their potency, increase focus even further, and just make them last even longer. So we'll see how that comes together. Is it going to be worthy? And then we've got one that I'm definitely going to struggle to pronounce, which I'll give it a go anyway. Kapoku fruit extract, 250 milligrams. So that's going to help with anti-inflammation because it's an antioxidant, and it also has been shown to boost your alertness. Can't say that I've seen that ingredient, at least not in a long time. So it's a unique one. We'll take it. We'll see how it comes together. Then we've got Juglans Regia leaf extract, 200 milligrams, aka English walnut, aka a natty form of DMHA, aka we often find that it varies heavily in its potency depending on how purely it's sourced. You know, what part of the nut is it sourced from? Is it the stimmy part of the nut, or is it the bunk part of the nut? So basically, it's going to depend on how high quality that juggling Zoresia is as to how it comes together. But if it does work, it's going to provide an intense amount of stimulation, focus and drive, similar to actually DMHA. But you know what, when we see juggling Zoresia, we're always a bit doubtful because we never know how it's going to come together. But stay tuned and we'll get into it in this product. Then we've got L-theanine, which is an amino acid again, and some people love it, some people hate it, some people are kind of in the middle. 150 milligrams isn't a bad dose when you measure it up against the stimulants, in that it's not like it's higher than the stimulants. It's a lower amount, so the ratios are good here, so it shouldn't put you to sleep or anything extreme like that. But you often see it in sleep aids because, like I mentioned, it does calm you down, relax you. But when paired with stimulants, it can turn the stims into a nice focus and make them last longer and prevent any type of crash, if used correctly, should we say, at the right ratios and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that ties in. Then we've got lotus leaf extract, 100 milligrams. That's again going to help with antioxidation. It's going to help with anti-inflammation. And also, believe it or not, it helps to lower blood sugar levels. So a nice healthy ingredient, nothing too exciting, but you know, we'll just have to see how this concoction of different ingredients all come together, won't we? Then we've got vitamin B3 is nice in 22 milligrams, vitamin B12, 11 micrograms. Just going to chuck those together. They're just general bodily function. You know, it's going to help with energy production within the body, cognition, you know, nothing too outstanding, but we'll take it anyway. The only noteworthy thing that's worth saying is niacin can sometimes, depending on the dose, make the beta-alanine tingles more intense and give you like a flushing sensation. So we'll have to see if we get it in this. And wrapping off, we've got bioperine at 5 milligrams, which is your digestive aid. So it's going to help get everything through as quickly and efficiently as possible. So let's see how it comes together in real life. Right guys, let's not muck you around anymore. Let's get into the real world effects of the latest formula of Bring the Chaos Extreme Pre-Workout. Does it tick the boxes we're looking for? Well, I'm just going to jump straight in and say this is legit. It's not a muck around. They've not gone commercial. It's not, you know, a pussy pre-workout. Let's just get that right out there immediately. Okay, so we do think that the juggling Zoresia is some legit shizzle. Having said that, it doesn't feel like traditional DMHA. It feels within that realm, but a different feeling, which I'll get into. But I don't want to jump the gun too much because let's start off like we always do from the beginning. So the beta-alanine, it comes in strong. It does. It comes in strong. After about 15 minutes, you're itching hardcore. And I do think that's a combination of the fact they've got a nice amount of beta-alanine, they've got the digestive aid, and they've got the niacin in there to boost up that tingly, flushing sensation. And actually, I would say in general, this pre-workout kicks in very quickly. Within sort of 15-20 minutes, you really are feeling it sink into your system and you become to be aware that this is just not no ordinary pre-workout. You know, you start to realise that actually you've taken something a little bit special. So you begin to feel it quite quickly, and then a sense of urgency, a sense of confidence, a sense of drive comes over you very quickly after that 20-minute mark and continues to build for the next like hour or two really. And in terms of the energy, whilst I'm on that front anyway, there is no crash. Like I took this about 4 hours ago and I still feel right as rain. So actually you get the positives of a DMHA type illicit feel dialed into fuck, kill it, brain mindset, but without the potential negatives of leaving you feeling a bit crashy and frazzled for the rest of the day. So I think they've actually achieved the impossible from when it concerns a stimulatory standpoint. So yeah, absolutely outstanding job, outstanding job. Before I delve into that any further though, let's talk about the pumps, which I wouldn't expect to be anything special. I really wouldn't, because citrulline at 4 grams is the only real direct pump ingredient. I don't doubt there's some other bits and pieces helping alongside it, but the pumps were nasty, really, really grimacingly nasty every time I've used it, and same goes for Aaron. I think it's one of those ones where, again, it just gets you training like an absolute animal. You're super dialed in, you know, you almost don't feel fatigue or setback. You're drilling through the sets, you're eager to go heavy, your confidence level is through the roof. I just really like this product, man, I really do. And I think this might be their best one yet. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys, if you ever tried the absolute original one of this from a few years ago, with the Aria Gerensis and other bits and pieces. That one hit really hard, like really hard. And then the second one we reviewed was still good, but it wasn't as hard hitting as the original one. This one, I would say, is giving that original one a good old run for its money. I will say though, proceed with caution, because if you glance at a label and think, there's no DMAA, DMHA, Aria, you know, whatever, no Alpha Yo, this will be a walk in the park for me, I'll be fine. Then no, you better check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself, because that's kind of the approach I took. Because Aaron tried it before me and he was like, Craig, be careful, that wouldn't bring the chaos, you know, he's fucking strong, like, approach with caution. And I was like, I don't know if he's trolling me or not, but let's give it a crack anyway. And yeah, like I said, within the first 20-30 minutes, I knew that Aaron was not mucking me around. And the reason I'm saying proceed with caution is because I gave, the first time I used it as well, so I had no prior experience with it, I also gave this to a girl at the full serving amount, because she'd used a few daily driver pre, so she wasn't a total noob, but you know, she was up for stepping it up to the next sort of level. So I gave her a scoop of this, and yeah, it didn't go down too well. She couldn't use it productively, she was just an absolute frazzled mess. I mean, don't get me wrong, she trained hard, but because she'd never taken anything down that illicit route before, she was very like unsettled, very like couldn't really concentrate and channel it. So it's kind of goes back to our Marvel reference we like to make with the Infinity Gauntlet. You've got to be able to channel the power and use it, otherwise you just get overwhelmed by it. So yeah, do proceed with caution, but I would say honestly, beginners stay clear of it unless you want to risk half a scoop, but even then, like, I really do think it would still hit hard. Intermediates, you might be okay if you are looking to step into that more strong realm of pre-workout. Advanced users, yes. Stim junkies that love that super dialed in tunnel vision, hardcore focus type feeling, that illicit focus where you just like, kill it, you'll like it. But if you like that more super off your bonce highness type feeling, I wouldn't quite say this is that. And if you also like the super high energy, almost jittery, Alpha Yo type feel high stim prees, stim junkie prees, then you wouldn't like this either. This is a very smooth energy level. There's no jitters, there's no crash, there's no peaks and troughs. It just comes on very nicely and strong and sort of holds there for the most of the rest of the day, to be honest with you. And when your energy levels return to normal, you're still left with a very dialed in, productive focus type feeling. So negatives, honestly, there isn't any. Like, other than maybe a bit of dry mouth and thirst, but you get that with any high stim pre-workout. There's no real appetite suppression. Like I said, no jitters, no nausea, no nothing bad. I really can't say a bad thing about this pre-workout. And as you can tell by now how much I like it, I am going to give it the 10 out of 10 stamp of approval. This is one of my favourite ones I've used recently. It seems like we're getting a lot of good ones recently with the odd crappy one, but this is definitely up there. Definitely up there. Would highly recommend it to productive, advanced users of pre-workouts. Would it be good for strength training? Yes. I mean, even though you do get pumped on it, I do think, like I said, the pumps are worked up by yourself, not necessarily because of what the pre's given you entirely. So I do think you'd be all right if you are more of a power lifter, training for strength, you know, that kind of thing. And having said that, I did actually hit a PB today on shoulders for this. I pressed the 47.5 kilo dumbbells for 8 cleanly with this. And I haven't done that, I haven't touched that weight for that many reps in about 3 years, I want to say, when I was weighing like literally 1.5 stone, 2 stone heavier than I am now. So yeah, basically it's going to give you that mindset of just absolutely kill training. You're not here to muck around, you're in a very serious mindset. It's not a happy, euphoric pre-workout. It's not really an angry, pissed off one either. It's just a very productive, get out of my way, music in, I'm here to get something done, thank you very much. And yeah, I think I've covered it all. Smashing pre-workout, definitely deserving of a 10 out of 10. Let us know if you've used it, drop it down below. Like I said, don't let the label fool you just because you might not be believing that the Juggins Reza is anything serious, or thinking, you know, that don't look like much, because you will get kicked up the arse by it, okay? But anyway, as always, stay stimmed. And you will. Trust me, you really will.